out and about again today. I was watching a programme last night about like the right to roam and all this palaver, and there was this certain farmer on it that they featured. One day he just went to the end of his drive like normal, and he had like a notice pinned onto his gate or fence or whatever, you know, the end of his drive, like just saying that they're going to put a bridleway right through the centre of his farm. And he was a bit fucking pissed off about it, obviously. And anyway, they got the authorities in that served this notice or whatever, and he wouldn't shake his hand, this farmer. He said, no, you can fuck off. He didn't say fuck off, like, he said, no, I'm not shaking hands, nothing like that. And this bloke from these authorities said, well, no, that's the proper way to do it. You know, if we can't get access to the land. And this farmer was saying, well, all you've got to do is walk up to the fucking front door, knock on the door and speak to me. Which, you know, you can see his fucking point, like, oh no, we did it the correct way. He said, you know, we pinned it on served the notice on the fucking land and all that. He was going. And then they had this group of ramblers then. I do a lot of walking myself, you know, but these fucking ramblers were saying, oh no, the land is ours, it's our right to fucking roam on it and all this and that. We fucking walk where we want. Well, you've got to see the landowner's point of view. It's private land, you know, if you stray off a footpath. I mean, as I say, I do a lot of walking, I do a lot of mountain climbing and all that, which is a bit different, but I'm on someone's land now. Farmer owns this land, but it's a path. It's a public footpath, so now and again I do stray off a footpath, you know, but I don't do it often. I do tend to stick to footpaths. And as I say, you got to see the landowner's point of view. It's like these ramblers. If they suddenly got a knock on the door and someone said, oh no, we've got a fucking notice here, we're going to put two stiles, one that end of your garden and one that side of your garden, and people are going to be fucking walking through your back garden, they're not going to be very fucking happy about it, are they? So, you know, I know big fucking land you can see all around me now, you know, big fucking fields and whatever. I know it's a bit different, like someone walking through your back garden, but at the end of the day, someone owns this land. It's private fucking land, private property, but there is a public footpath. You stick to the footpath and you're okay. Farmers are happy with it. They have to maintain the stiles and the kissing gates and all that, you know, so anyway, I do see the point of landowners. You know, okay, as just like I say now, they own acres and acres and all that, but I do see their points. They want people to stick to footpaths, and if they suddenly get a knock on the door or fucking get served a notice to say there's going to be fucking horses going through the middle of your fucking land, you know, and in this case it was in the front of his farmhouse, you know, if it was me, I wouldn't be fucking happy about it. And in this particular case, he said 50 yards that way to the side of his farm, on his land, but to the side of his farmhouse, he says there's a bridleway there. He says 100 yards that way, there's another bridleway. And he said, now, you want a bridleway going right through the fucking centre. He says, you know, what's the point of that? Which, you can see his fucking point. Anyway, to the end of at the end of this conversation he had with this, you know, they had the cameras on them and all that. And he turned around to this fella, and the farmer, you know, turned around to this fella and he said, right, the quicker you fuck off from my land, but they bleeped it out. He says, the better, you know, he says, fuck off. He said, and he just turned off and walked off. But like I say, you have to see the landowner's point of view. And if you do happen to stray off a public footpath, well, we've all seen the signs, trespassers will be prosecuted. But actually you cannot be prosecuted unless you've done some damage. All the landowner can do is just ask you to leave, and if they call the police, all they can do is just escort you off the land. But saying that, if you are on private property and you're armed, if you've got an air rifle or a shotgun, then that is armed trespass, and the weapon doesn't even have to be loaded. You know, you may not have any cartridges or pellets or anything with you in your pockets, and the gun doesn't have to be loaded, but it's still classed as armed trespass, and it carries some very severe penalties, so that's worth bearing in mind.